So you've questioned and queried and searched high and low for an answer. Fear not, beautiful traveler, for I have that answer for you. Who would you be in a space age universe? Let's find out. Hi guys, welcome back to the Space Age. If you're new here, welcome to Space Age Tarot. Welcome aboard the Space Fleet. In today's reading, we're going to be looking at who you would be in a space age universe. So what type of person would you be? Awesome. I hope you guys like this topic. We're going to have lots of fun here. So if this is your first time on my channel, welcome. I give you readings based on your current state. So this isn't to determine your future as a definitive thing that's going to happen to you. You can change your state at any moment, and this changes everything around you. Literally, your thoughts are instantaneously changing your reality. Okay, so before you have 6 piles. We have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4, pile 5, and pile 6. So for those of you that need more visual cues for choosing with your intuition, I will be putting some runes down. So for pile 1, we have this rune here. For pile 2, we have this one. For pile 3, we have this rune. For pile 4, this rune. I'm sorry, I don't know the names, guys, but one day I will learn. Then we have this rune right here. And lastly, but not leastly, we have this rune. Okay, so take as much time as you need, but don't stress over it. This is just meant to be fun. So choose one or more piles. You can go through them all. The timestamps will be posted down below in the comments section, and I will see you in your reading. All right, so you chose group number 1, and you want to know who you would be in a space age universe. Okay, so let's begin and let's look at this first card. So we have the 7th house. Okay, so this is the house of partners, companionship, best friends, So this is showing me that you're the type of person who is there for another person if they need help. You're a very loving, compassionate person. A mantra that you might even have for yourself is I am love. So what I'm seeing here for you is that you're a friend to somebody. You might be someone who's very loyal. This is someone who is always going to be there for someone. So I'm seeing perhaps being a part of a crew, like a space crew. Yeah, really providing balance. Like if there's someone who needs something, you know what they need, or if there's a certain space where there's like an energy missing, you can fill in that energy because you have like this emotional intelligence, this idea about people, this empathy, this understanding of others that is just uniquely you. And other people might not have that same level of intelligence in that way. So I'm seeing you filling in a very important role. Then we have the void. Okay, so what I was saying about you filling in a role, I see with this void card, you filling in perhaps like you're someone who can uplift people, but at the same time, I do sense that you have a bit of a dark side in your space age universe. Like the character you have has a side that they show no one else. It's just this personal internal darkness, but it's like that's the part that makes you sort of alluring in your characterness. You're just very alluring, and you have a side to you that no one sees. So if you were going to have a character arc, I'd say for like most of the season, everyone would look at you and think, wow, like this person is just so reliable, they're such a great friend. But then at the end, there's like some kind of twist where something about you gets revealed, and it's not like you're like the bad guy, but you become more involved in the story than anyone could have ever expected, because you're very, like, that inner shadow is a pivotal part of the story. So you might have a secret identity in the space age universe. You could be somebody who they present as a certain thing. They could present as like a loyal comrade. They might join a crew, like a space crew, like I said before, but they might have some kind of royal origins. They might be like the princess or the prince of the space galaxy, Prime 7, whatever. But I'm seeing like in a space age universe, you have like this very loving energy, and that's how people see you. But there's a side to you that's like, it's like this cool brooding darkness that is very alluring. So you're a very intriguing character. Okay, so we have calling the storm. Okay, so this character right here has a very strong energy. This is someone who has a lot of balance. I'm seeing the balance here, which gives like a Libra energy of like, you know, creating symmetry, balance, harmony. And I'm also seeing that this woman here, she has antlers, and antlers are a male, a masculine trait. So you have like male deers with antlers, or anything that has like horns usually is like male most often. There are always exceptions in nature, but calling the storm is giving me the vibe that you're someone who's very powerful, and that has something to do with this void here. So that's like you having a secret power that no one expects from you. So if someone were to take advantage of you, they literally couldn't. They would maybe mistake your kindness for weakness, and they would get like totally smoked because you're really powerful. So I'm seeing that in a science fictional universe, you're someone who's either gotten some modifications, or space age universe, you've gotten some modifications, you've gotten some, have I been saying sci-fi universe? It's pretty much the same thing, but in the space age universe, I could see you having some modifications, like you've gotten some upgrades, you've gotten some metal armor installed, some gear in your eyeballs or something that helps you see things. You can see like temperatures or something like that. You have some kind of upgrade, or you have like a natural like alien ancestry where you have like certain powers. Like maybe you can like beam light at people or create storms. But you know what? I want to read from this book really quick. So I just got this deck, and I really want to know what this book would say about you, like what this card. Okay, so calling the storm. Okay, there was a time to find and release our power. Like a spring that had been compressed to the point it has lost the memory of motion and movement, yet there is still power inside it. Finding it is called empowerment. It starts from the belief in our power, in our ability to cope, to fight, to endure, to overcome a challenge. However, too often we are encouraged to see empowerment as something that happens only within, in our psychological space. We are not necessarily islands. We can borrow the power of the world around, the context, the environment, the expectations. We do not control the storm, we just call it. To call the storm, we need not to fear it. And this is what will make us strong. After the storm, there's always sun. So if the sky has been gray for too long a time, it's time to not fear the storm, but to embrace it. It will grow up and devour our chains and our jailers, and it will hurt us as well, but it will be healthier than just to stare at the chilly rain. We can restart only after we let ourselves end. Okay, so I get a real sense here that you're someone who had a very important role in society, and you gave all of that up. So you had a pretty high social status in this space age universe, and you gave all of that up because you have like this very strong, you're a very strong person, like a true leader. You're not someone who craves power. You crave doing the right thing. You crave that harmony, that love. So I'm seeing that you're someone who gave up this crown, these antlers, so that you could do the right thing. And no one even knows that you did it because you're like really humble, really strong, and you have a sense of purpose, and you're not seeking anyone's approval, validation, or to be praised for doing the right thing. That's the sense I get from you. Okay, so we have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so there's a snowy element here. I actually see Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. I don't know if you guys have seen Lord of the Rings, but if you haven't, like, go see it now. Go watch Lord of the Rings. But I get like an Aragorn vibe from this guy with the hood. And if you think about it, that's interesting. Aragorn he's like a rogue type. So he's wearing like this hood, and basically he's the hero. He's one of the heroes, the main heroes in Lord of the Rings. And it's kind of unexpected that, you know, he's actually, I feel like I'm spoiling, or I'm going to spoil, but you guys should know this by now. If you haven't seen Lord of the Rings, this is not to shame anyone, but sorry, I've seen Lord of the Rings literally thousands of times in my life. And so I'm just like, okay, just if you don't want it spoiled, then just close your ears for like 10 seconds. Aragorn is basically like this person who has like this great destiny. He's actually a king, and I think that's so ironic that I came up with this whole like storyline for you guys, because it turns out like he's like a rogue, and he's wearing a hood. He looks like a badass. He's like a baddie, and he doesn't look like he's got status, but he actually is the king, which is crazy. So you might be looking like a bum here, or like looking like you don't have anything, but you're just out here to do the right thing. And then we have the Knight of Cups. So yeah, you really make decisions from your heart space. You're someone who's very loving in this universe, and you want to carry it all the way home. You want to make sure that everyone is okay at the end. So I'm seeing you as a hero, a real hero in the space age. And we have the Four of Wands here. So you're a really creative person. There's actually someone that you love in this universe. Okay, so somewhere in the future, you love this person dearly. This is someone you left behind, perhaps, but you will meet them again. That's so sweet. It's actually kind of like his lady love. It's not Arwen. Is it Arwen? Oh my god, why am I not knowing her name? But you know, the elf lady that Aragorn loves, if you've seen the movie. But I'm seeing that you might have been separated from this person, and you're thinking about this person all the time. So I'm seeing you as like a very dedicated lover. So you might get hit on a lot by a lot of different people. A lot of people might be interested in you, but you remember the love that you once shared with someone. And I'm saying Aragorn, but you can be masculine or feminine. It doesn't really matter. It's just a character archetype. But yeah, there's someone that you are like dedicated to. This is like the romance of a lifetime. There's so much passion, and you'll be reunited with this person once you come back and complete your mission. And you totally will, because you have this crazy storm inside of you, this like internal darkness, but this is like fueled by the power of love. So that is who you would be in a space age universe. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like the video and share it. I will see you in the next one. Bye, loves. Well, hello, group 2. Let's begin. Let's see who you would be in a space age universe. So let's start off with this card, your oracle card. We have third house perception. Okay, spy immediately came through. So, okay, this has to do with being able to communicate in a way that's really effective. So if you were to do social media or something, you would know how to do it. You would be great at marketing. You would be great at speaking to people, creating connections. I'm seeing you as a very charming person in this universe, someone who's able to use their words to their advantage, someone who's able to use perception to their advantage. They can, like, let's say something goes wrong in some kind of war or something, you would be that person that would step in, and you would tell like the king or the emperor and say like, hey, like, well, we can use this to our advantage. Actually, we won, or something like that. And you would really be able to like move up in society. I'm seeing you as someone who maybe came from the streets of whatever planet you lived on, or maybe a space station. Maybe you were just born on a space station, or maybe you were even born on a ship. But you were born from very humble beginnings, probably, in this universe. And I'm seeing you, like, you didn't take the same lessons as everyone else. You learned how to deal with people. Like, you became very, like, clever and really learned how people function, studying people, how to strategize. I'm seeing almost like a little finger type, someone who's very smart, very, who knows how to deal with people. You might be a really big social butterfly as well, and a lot of people like you, but a lot of people, like, you have a good heart, but a lot of people don't know where to stand with you because you're someone who's so objective and you don't see things in just pure black and white. This is more like shades of gray. Okay, so I want to get your, before we go into your, okay, let me look at your other oracle cards first before we go into your tarot. Then we have the path. Okay, that's what I was talking about. You guys climbing that ladder into like this heavenly space. Like, you might have come from like this dark but beautiful planet. I'm seeing you coming from like this dark, beautiful planetoid, but no one lives here, basically. It's just like, there might be like some kind of orphanage. There might be only a few houses. It might be a small planet that people have forgotten and doesn't get much service from like the intergalactic government or something. And so you've climbed this ladder in life using your wits. Like, no one really knows what's going on inside of you because you're not concerned with your emotions or your feelings that much. You have a goal to get to the top, and people would be very smart to be on your side because you really know how to get yourself in and out of different situations. Very cool. We have fated to suffer. Oh my God. So this is like, I feel like this is your backstory. Okay, I feel like this is a little bit of your backstory. Like, you might have had like some dark origins, but you had a mentor. There was like a mentor that came into your life, and this mentor is the one that taught you how to deal with people. This mentor might have taught you how to become like a biochemist, or learn how to deal with like potions and chemicals and metals and stuff. This person probably taught you science or physics, and this has allowed you to create a lot of things in your life to get out of where you are. This is someone who once probably had like a pretty big position in like science, in this intergalactic government or something, and they left that life, or they were outcast. This person wasn't exactly like the greatest person. This person just left, and they decided to pass on what they knew to you. And this person might not have been very good to you. And this is like that darkness that you kind of like hide from the world. Because even though you're like this bubbly pink social butterfly, there's like this like dark backstory informing how you are. And some people might get mad at you in this storyline, but then at the same time, the viewers, if this is a TV show, your viewers would totally love you. Like, you would be like the crowd favorite because everyone's like, oh my God, they're so smart and badass and cool. And yeah. So you've got some character going on here. So you've overcome a lot, and nothing is going to stop you. You're literally unshakable because of this past and the knowledge you have. So you're smart on many levels. You know science, you know social skills. There's literally nothing in your way. And also, you hide these powers from people. You don't let people know how smart you are, because that's part of the advantage, not letting anyone know what you really have going on. You like to keep people in the dark so that people are usually surprised when they find out exactly how smart you are. Then we have this Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is like slow and steady wins the race. So you're on this like climb up in society. Maybe you're trying to make it to the top of the galactic empire. You might even have dreams of being the emperor or the empress one day, and you're so gonna get there. Like, people might underestimate you, but that's because you let them. You play with people's perceptions in this space age universe. You play with people's perceptions, and you let people think that you're not a threat. And that's like your strategy. You know that people will try to stop you if they know how like smart you are, how good you are. And so you've earned all of your stripes, all the gold that you're carrying to the finish line, and you're going to get the crown. Then we have the Magician reversed. Okay. So again, you have all of the tools, but you don't really show anyone. And this isn't even the Magician reversed. Sorry, this vice versa tarot is actually kind of interesting because there's just so many cool images on this. But this is actually the Wheel of Fortune reversed, now that I'm seeing this wheel. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune reversed is really talking about how you're like a wild card. Okay, so that's giving this wild card energy. This wild card energy is you having all of these tools on your belt, like you've got all of this stuff that you're carrying slowly and steadily, and no one's gonna see you at the end when you take the crown. It's like you're going this slow and steady climb, and some people might pick up on it, and those people might try to take you down, but like you're that smart that you're like, no one's taking me down. And you get them. You like do your little strategy thing, and then they get booted off the show or something happens. Okay. So yeah, you're a total wild card. No one knows what to expect from you. You might even make plays that look like you're failing in order to get people off your back. Like you're that smart. Okay. Then we have the Seven of Swords upright. So yeah, I'm seeing you getting away with a lot of stuff. Do you see this? Am I even like looking? I don't even know if I'm putting this on the camera. I wasn't even looking. I'm sorry. But you are getting away with a lot of stuff. Do you see all these swords? The swords energy has to do with intelligence. So your high intelligence, it's like you're able to get away with a lot of things. See how this guy's like sneaking away? It doesn't mean that you're like this bad person or you're sneaking in this universe. This is just like a fun little character that you are. And you're basically just getting away with everything because you're that smart. You're literally smarter than everyone in the room. So literally no one sees you taking all these swords and getting all the treasure and making it to the finish line, because the Knight of Pentacles is comfortable, relaxed, and knows that they're going to get there. So that's you. You guys are going to make it to the top in this space age universe. That's very cool. I like your character. Anyway, that is what I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you enjoyed it, like the video, share the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Hi, Group 3. Let's begin your reading. So you guys chose this pile with this rune. Let's see who you would be in a space age universe. So let's start off with your oracle cards. We have Leo, the lover. Okay, so you might be a Leo, but this is just that energy of being someone who's very charismatic, very much center of attention. I could see you in this universe being like the partying type, party boy, party girl, and your character development has to do with you shaping up essentially. So you might start off as like this spoiled, someone who has it all. You might be very rich or well off, and you might have a lot of talents that you just throw away because literally you get everything that you want, and so you don't take anything seriously, and you don't take yourself very seriously in this universe as this character. And there's going to be like this character arc where you turn from that like lazy Leo who's just like lying around and all the lionesses are grabbing your food for you, and you just get to be intimate anytime that you want or do whatever you want, and you're turning into like this warrior type. So I'm seeing that the character development you have is like you probably are an elite in some imperial space government, and you probably have everything that you want. Everyone loves you, you get a lot of attention. People are literally throwing flowers at you. There might be a lot of people that try to use you in this universe. You might even get drunk a lot or something. Like that might be your character, just getting drunk a lot, having fun, just having a good time, living for the here and now. But there's like a call to action that in which you have to rise to the occasion. So the lover energy comes through where you have to, you end up caring about people that you didn't think you would care about. So maybe you're a very high status person, but there is like this lower class, like this very poor lower class people living out in asteroid belts who are dying of low gravity or something. I'm literally pulling out the the plot of The Expanse in my head. It's like, if you've seen The Expanse, basically there are like these people who live in the asteroid belt and they're very poor and disenfranchised, and they have gravity sickness because they basically don't have any gravity, so it makes their bones very weak. So basically, you're going to rise to the occasion and use your status to help other people, because you're going to be, maybe something will come up, maybe there'll be like some kind of inciting incident in which you start to see the corruption of this imperial space government. So let's look at your next, so pleasure. Yeah, I'm seeing someone who definitely seeks pleasure and has a lot of fun. So you're the type of character that people find really fun. They find them really, really a good time. So they're very immature, and they were never actually expected to do anything. Your parents might have even given up on you or whatever. They might think, oh, like your siblings are doing so much better than you. You're supposed to take the throne, but we're going to pass it off to someone else. But then you're actually the one who's actually going to take the ultimate throne at the end. I'm also seeing that you're going to transform here. There's a lot of butterflies, and so I'm seeing again that character transformation where you step up and you become like that crowd favorite, and you're like, I think you're really funny too. This is coming out. You guys are really funny. You guys are like that character who everyone loves and loves to play around, and kind of like Damon Salvatore in the Vampire Diaries. He's just always sarcastic, always drinking, always laughing, always making jokes. You're like the character in the Space Age universe where you're just making jokes all the time and you don't take anything seriously, but eventually it comes through. And it's almost as if when you make that move, that move that really changes things, and you end up saving everyone, it's almost like that much more serious because you had that much more character growth over anyone else. Okay, then we have obsession. Dun dun. Okay, so you could be like a space fairy here. I'm seeing that could be like your alien race. You could be like some type of different alien. So you might not be like a human in the Space Age universe. You might actually be like you could be a Vulcan type thing, kind of like elfin ears, maybe some elven ears, some glowing eyes, some kind of strange characteristic. And obsession. Let me read this from the book, because I just got this deck and it's not very clear cut what it means. But there might be something that you're tempted with. There might be like an addiction to something. It might have to deal with the vices that you might have to work through. Let's look. Okay, obsession. We chase comets and mirrors and shadows. Sometimes we actually chase cards or myths. Obsession is a trick of our perception. Many became one, and that one bloats as to take everything else. It feels like it is, whatever it is, an idea, a person, an objective, flavors our life, and gives meaning to it. As all the light through a lens, it converges on a single point, and that point goes ablaze, under the greatest fire. But in truth, more than enacting our life, it numbs our attention to the rest. It makes us feel more awake, by hiding the rest of the world under a cloud of slumber. Obsession is a drug. In small doses, it whips. In big doses, it kills. If we drown inside an obsession, we should close our eyes. We don't die in the darkness. We just fall asleep, and then we can wake up more naturally. Okay, so I'm seeing that this is the thing that you have to overcome. This is what makes you from the fun, cool person into someone great. And I'm seeing that you come back to your empire and your corrupt government where your parents maybe didn't take you seriously, and that's why you ended up being the party person. And you come back after this character arc and saving all these different people, and then you end up being the leader that no one expected you to be, because everyone was expecting you to just live off your trust fund your entire life, travel the galaxy, doing your VIP stuff and going on cloud 9, the spaceship, and partying all the time. But you came back and you saved the world, or you didn't really save the world. It never really ends. The story continues. But you are now coming back, and people did not expect you to for one, defy your parents and the government and everything that went on. They basically were not expecting you to amount to much of anything more than that. And so you just proved everyone wrong. So we have the Ace of Wands. Okay, so that makes sense. You're taking charge here. You're saying, this is what I'm going to stand for. I'm going to stand up against the injustice, the corruption, and you're very passionate about it once you discover what's been going on and how your family has been a part of all of this. So there has been some kind of like thing going on, and you're also starting like this revolution. You know, you might even step down from your position for a moment and become a part of the resistance. I hope you guys can follow this crazy storyline. We have the Devil. Oh my God. So the obsession coming back here, and this pursuit of pleasure with this pleasure and the Leo. So basically you're literally overcoming temptation here. So you might be knocked back, like your character might be knocked back a peg at times, and you're learning not to deal with temptation. There might be people from your past that come in and try to seduce you back along the way from doing what you have to do. But you managed to overcome this. This is like this big character arc. So you might even have like an addiction in this universe. This isn't saying that you have an addiction in your life. So this is just a character in your space age universe. But let's say you have like some addiction. Maybe it's like alcohol or something. Maybe it's a person, but you're learning to let that go. And this is like a major character arc for you. Okay, and then we have the Hermit. Yeah, I'm seeing the transformation of you going from crazy partier, always a good time for everyone, to actually going inward and having like this experience where you just become extremely enlightened and you turn into a person that no one expects you to turn into. So you end up being like coming back as the leader, but not the leader who seeks power, the leader that the people really needed. So basically, this Hermit card is showing you having gone inward and overcome and actually learned some lessons that have truly enlightened you. With all these butterflies, this transformation was major and huge. So yeah, I'm seeing you guys, and then this is like a return home as this enlightened being. So yeah, that's like the character you guys are in the space age universe that I'm seeing. So I hope you guys enjoyed that reading. If you did, like this video and of course share it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye loves. Hi group 4, so you guys chose this pile with this rune. Let's see who you would be in a space age universe. So let's look at the character you would be. So we have first house, self. Okay, so this deals with how you view yourself, your expression, your exterior. I'm seeing an emerald city all the way in the background. So I'm getting this sense, it's like an Alice in Wonderland type, did I say Alice in Wonderland? Wizard of Oz type of situation, where there's a part of you that is like, that's being shown to the world. It might be this grand master. You might even be a wizard, or like some version of a wizard in this space age universe. So maybe like some kind of like chemist who is sort of a wizard in a sense, but it's like you're kind of like in, I would see it like this. So imagine like a cyberpunk world, and there are scientists, but some of these scientists are just like backdoor black market scientists, and they know some tricks. They're going to take some risks that no certified scientist is going to take. And I almost see that kind of being a character that you could play, but it's not quite fully formed as what your character could be right now. But this Wizard of Oz thing is telling me that you're not what you seem. With this self thing, there might be something that you're projecting that is not quite what it seems. And let's look deeper into that. Okay. You have supermoon attraction. Okay. So I'm seeing you being a hottie in this space age universe. I'm seeing a lot of people being attracted to you. You're probably, no matter like what gender you are, you're probably like the hottie of the show. If this is a TV show, you guys are definitely getting a lot of attention. There's probably some love triangles going on. I'm seeing that you guys could probably be like on a space crew, and your role in the space crew is like the scientist, the person that like, there always needs to be like a scientist who just knows, or maybe you're the computer engineer. You might be someone who fixes the ship a lot, but you're like this, maybe you're like the pilot or something, but there's something technical that you do, and you're very much so needed. And then we have artificial heart. Oh snap, you guys could be a cyborg. That's why you know all this science stuff. You could be a cyborg that has become actually intelligent. Maybe you were an artificially intelligent cyborg, and then you reached consciousness. Okay, so maybe that's why you don't appear how you seem. So maybe you have to pretend that you're not awake and aware. Or maybe you're human. Maybe you're human, but then you got a bunch of upgrades as well. So this is like the backdoor scientist thing I was getting. Maybe you were human at one point, but then something happened to you and you had to get a bunch of body modifications, like a fake arm or like a fake, like some chips in your head or something. You might be a fully formed human, or you might even be like an AI or something. But there's something about you that is very cool aesthetically. So again, you're very hot, like aesthetically, but maybe you could even be like, maybe like the Borg or something. Maybe like the Borg, where you're just kind of like, you could be like an alien, actually. You could be an alien. You might not have to be like an artificial intelligence or a cyborg, but you could be something that's definitely outside of the realm of human, more alien, and maybe you think in a different way, something that's kind of like a higher intelligence, or maybe not a higher intelligence, but a different form of intelligence here. But you're definitely someone who's intriguing aesthetically. So I'm seeing probably like a cyborg, and maybe you got some body modifications going on or something, but you seem to understand a lot about technical stuff. So you're very smart, and you're probably like fixing the ship. You're very interested in like coding, something like that. Now let's look at your tarot cards. We have the King of Cups reversed. Okay, so that kind of confirms like this artificial heart here. There's something about you in this space age universe. And remember, this is just a character that you would be, not actually you. But your character would be someone who, kind of isn't like the emotional intelligence is different. So the King of Cups is really about like this fully mature emotional being here. But in reverse, it's showing me that you guys would be someone who is more logical a thinker than emotional. So I'm seeing someone, I get like a Star Trek vibe, like Data. There's like a character called Data, and I think he's like a loving character, but at the same time, he's like an artificial intelligence, and he's a little different, you know? And so this person here that I'm seeing you guys being this character, I would see someone who maybe you are an artificial intelligence, like a android or something. I didn't say android before, but maybe an android, and you've come to life. So you might not know how to love or feel, but you're sort of like learning. And this self is coming back. It's like, what is your self? There's a self-discovery going on with your character where you're starting to develop like a sense of self. You could even be a human who was raised by some kind of race like the Vulcans, where you weren't allowed to have or show emotions, and you're starting to discover how to display emotions. But when people see you, they see you as a completely like emotionless person, but you have a lot going on internally that people aren't seeing, and that you don't even know about because you're uncovering it yourself. Do you see how many doors are being opened here? So there's like chambers within you that are just being opened over and over again. And then we have the attraction, which tells me that your character might get hit on a lot, but like nothing comes of it because you're just like not interested. And that makes you even more appealing, but you probably get hit on a lot, and there might be someone that comes along that makes you feel something and you're like, wow, but you push it away because you're not sure what it is, but I'm seeing that it would develop. Yeah. Okay. And then we have this sword here. We have the Ace of Swords reversed. So yeah, so I'm seeing you fighting with how you feel and think about things. There's an internal battle. There's an internal battle where you're starting to awaken to this new idea. So there's an awakening for sure going on inside of you. So your character had some kind of origin as like a human or maybe an android, and you were not allowed to express yourself in this universe, but by some person or some mechanism, maybe it's your crew on your ship that you're gearing up for, someone there, maybe it's the family orientation of the crew, you start to open up and you start having new ideas about who you can be. Like maybe you're allowed to have these emotions. So you might be like this ice queen or ice king, but somehow like you end up being thawed and realizing that you're so much deeper than anyone allowed you to be. Like you don't always have to put on that display as the Wizard of Oz did. He's had this display of his face as this giant head, but that was all an act. So you're kind of realizing like, okay, I can be myself. I can open up. I can have emotions. It's kind of a cool character that you guys are. And then we have the Six of Swords reversed. Okay. So you guys are very resistant to change with this card. This is being kind of resistant to any changes. So I'm seeing that a big character development for you guys would be transitioning from like this very smart, dedicated to your job kind of thing. You just have like a lot of knowledge and people view you as this person that has all the knowledge, all the answers. You might be kind of like you might have supercomputer capabilities where people ask you questions and you can just like look it up with your implant or something, and you're learning that you're so much more than that, and that's kind of like your character arc here. And you might have a lot of resistance to this change, but it's coming nonetheless. It's been delivered here. So and that's why this is in reverse as well. You're kind of saying no to this change. You're like, no, I've never been allowed to have emotions. This isn't even possible for me. But somehow this person, this crew is making you feel things, and they're also telling you it's okay to feel. So yeah, that's who you guys would be in a space age universe. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, like this video, share this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, loves. Hello, group 5. You guys chose this pile. Let's see who you would be in a space age universe. Okay, let's see what character you would be. So let's start off with your oracle cards. We have Pisces the Mystic. Ooh, okay. I'm already seeing like a character forming here. So you're this character. Okay, so I'm already seeing the space age universe. You guys have actually created a new world here. So in this space age universe, there's like a sense of magic, but it's been lost because everything is about like technology and basically everyone is generally accepted in your world that it's all about engineering, faster than light travel, space fights, weaponry, and science and technological advancements, biohacking, all kinds of stuff, right? But you're that character who has like there's some kind of magical thing going on. It's probably some kind of science or alien life biology that's just been unexplained. Maybe it's just something that's actually natural and not magical at all. But this is like the magical element to this science fictional space age world. So you're that person that's kind of in touch with this. You might even have alien ancestors or something. You might be from a different universe altogether, like maybe the universe next door. You might be the the girl next universe instead of girl next door, or boy next universe. And in this universe, I'm seeing you guys being, your character might have been abducted. You guys might be like sort of an inciting incident here. Like maybe you were part of an experiment or something where they were trying to study why this phenomenon was happening, and then you were the one that got away. You either ran away, and then you end up finding yourself in like a crew, and they don't know who you are. No one knows who you are, and you're keeping your identity secret. And as time goes on, like there might be other things going on in the story, and then people are realizing like, what is going on? And then they realize that you're actually the central point to this entire story, and that there's people that have been searching for you this entire time, but no one knew because you've been hiding your identity. Okay, so then we have acceptance. Okay, so there's something maybe different about you, and you're not even sure what it is exactly, but you're learning to accept what you are, but also you're learning that there's something going on with you and you're accessing something. You know, honestly, I could see at the end you guys like going back to your origins. Like maybe there was like a planet you came from, and then you guys are zipped back at the end once you guys conclude that arc. Like maybe you were lost, like a lost traveler as well. And then we have parasite. Okay. So with parasite, I get the sense here, and with acceptance, maybe this is the experiment that went on. So I'm seeing you guys were probably in an experiment or something, because you have like this power, and there was actually probably something that was implanted in you. Maybe it was like some kind of like new technology that was taken from an alien planet or something, and they were implanting it in humans, and then you had some kind of developments inside of you that gave you these powers, and you're extremely powerful, but you have to hide it from everyone because they're searching for you because they've developed this new technology. Okay, let's look deeper with these tarot cards. Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands here. So I see that you have really large creative capacity. I'm seeing that you're actually a very important character in this entire story. You're probably the story. So whatever you are is very powerful and magical, and people are looking for you. They're looking for you in this story, and they want what you have. They want the power that you possess. So you're with this parasite card, it says parasite, but it's something that you're possessing here. This is the possession that you have. It might be good, bad, it could be gray, but you possess this power, and everyone's searching for you. So basically you're on the run, but this is like you on the run with fun, and there's friends on your crew that you end up jumping on. And yeah, then you finally reveal your identity, and then you realize you have friends as well. There are friends around you that are here to protect you. And this acceptance here is you learning to trust people, trust your crew, and trust that they'll be there for you and that they're not going to sell you out, because there's probably like a really high bounty on your head. You might be wanted number 1. You might have like a really high bounty. You might even be on a crew of bounty hunters, and these are mercenaries that have hearts, and they love you, so they don't sell you out, and they protect you, and then they become like this anti-hero crew. Pretty awesome. Then we have the Two of Swords. Okay, so you're holding this secret. You're holding this secret from everyone, and you have to decide, and people don't know that you're making a decision the entire movie. This decision to sacrifice yourself to save your crew, or basically like, I don't know if you're going to sacrifice yourself. You think you have to sacrifice yourself, and you might go out there and try to do it, but then at the end, like when everyone thinks that you're really going to die, like one of your crew members comes in, someone that you fell in love with comes in, and then they save you from from yourself because you tried. And then Empress. Okay, so it ends with Empress. So with the Queen of Wands and the Empress thing, I do get like a sense that like this is the galaxy which you originated from, or like this parasite thing that was implanted in you and this experiment originated from. And essentially, you're going to go back there. You're going to end up going back there and ruling there. So in the end, like, you become this very honorable person, and you're a very powerful person. I'm seeing you as being a very powerful person. There's like some kind of alien magic going on. And in the end, you end up being the leader of your group. Maybe you go back to your homeland and they find you again, your alien home, and you end up being the ruler there. So yeah, that's who you guys would be in a space age universe. I hope you guys enjoyed that reading. If you did, please like this video and share this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, loves. Hello, group 6. Let's begin your reading. Let's see who you would be in a space age universe. Let's see which character you would be. So starting off with your oracle cards, we have Venus, love. Okay. So I'm seeing you being probably an object of affection in your universe. So you probably have a lot of people, you're probably the main character here, and there's a lot of people that are throwing themselves at you. There might be a lot of people that really truly love you, and they don't even mind that there's like another person that there's like a love triangle or love square going on. And then we have Patience. Okay. With Patience, I'm getting the sense of your story here. Okay, so this actually looks like you're in a spaceship, and there's like that chamber between the spaceship and the outside where there's no air in the vacuum. So I'm getting the sense here that there was somebody in your life, in your past, that might have gotten spaced, which means that they were like put in the vacuum of space, and like maybe they were executed. So maybe you're a part of the resistance. I'm getting the sense that you might be a part of the resistance, and you have this memory of this person, and it's what fuels you in your storyline. You're like, I'm never gonna let this go. Like, I'm not going to rest until like I take down the imperial galactic order. Okay, and then we have Black Flower Fragrance. Okay, so then we have like these flowers coming up again. So I'm seeing that you guys are very much the object of affection, but you can't find it in yourself to love anyone at this time because of what happened to you in your past. So I'm seeing that you guys are probably like an anti-hero type, and you might give the cold shoulder a lot, but you're very much dedicated to your cause and ending this imperial galactic order that is taking over everything, and you want to restore peace, but at the same time you can't find peace within yourself. Okay, one second. Ooh. All right, so we have the Nine of Cups reversed. Okay, so yeah, do you see on the other side there's a man that's actually looking at this girl? This is you. You might not be a girl, but you might be the main character, and you're definitely the object of affection here. So a lot of people want to give you things. You might get a lot of romantic offers from people, a lot of different people, and even though you're very much unavailable and you're just not even entertaining or even being nice about it, it doesn't matter. It's just people keep lining up, but I'm seeing you just turning away. You don't want the attention. You don't want to go to your happy ending right now because there's something that from your past that's missing in that memory. So I'm seeing a big arc for you is like healing that past memory from that person. Okay, so, but I'm seeing that you're also using this charm to your advantage. as well. So you're not someone who's always like dark and brooding. You can rise to the occasion because you have a mission, and that's more important to you than anything. So yeah, a lot of people are probably going to try to get through to you, and eventually they will, and you're going to like just move on and heal. And yeah, I'm seeing you kind of being a main character. Oh, we have the 8 of Cups reversed, and that's interesting. There's a little kid here, so this might be like that memory, like that person you lost, maybe it was your first love or something. You know, there might even be a storyline here where they come back and they actually didn't die, and they lost their memory, and then they come back to you. That's another thing that I'm seeing possibly happening to your character in this space age universe. I'm seeing that like maybe they come back and you're like, James, is that you? And they're like, I don't remember. Who's James? And then they have like another name. Okay. And then we have the Temperance reversed here. Okay. So yeah, I'm seeing that you might even have a bit of a temper. Like you really do seem like the main character who has a mission. You might like have to get things done. Like Eren Yeager in Attack on Titan. He's just like that vicious, vengeful hero. And you might be like that vengeful hero that's like, I need to get this done. This mission needs to be done. And I'm not going to let anyone stop me. And you might even lose sight of who you really are, like who you really were. And people are going to try to bring you back, and you're eventually going to come back to yourself. But like you're basically not okay. Like you've literally invested all of your life into your mission now, bringing down the Imperial Galactic Empire. You're literally all in to this journey. You're all into this, and so you've lost sight of everything. You might even play with certain people's hearts in order to get an advantage, and this actually, you might hurt somebody, and this might bring you back to reality, and you might realize that there's actually someone that you really love, and this is what brings you back into your storyline. But yeah, I see you guys really being like the main character that's like kind of ruthless and badass, and you basically like take over the story, and you might even do some really cool fighting scenes as well. You might be really great fighters. But yeah, you're like an anti-hero. I can see you even being like a mercenary on a ship, and being like the captain of a ship as well. Like, and you have a crew, and they take your orders, and you might not always be in a good mood, but everyone listens because ultimately like you're a good person, even though you might be an anti-hero. I hope that's clear. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed your reading, guys. If you did, like this video, share this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, loves.